Hey guys, what is going on? It is me, Nico, CEO of Midway Productions, here on the alternative channel to begin the new era of Bricks by the Bay exhibition updates. Now, as you guys are all aware of, Bricks by the Bay 2013 has passed, and you guys are aware of how well Midway Productions has done, or did do, at Bricks by the Bay 2013. So, with that being said, we got a couple of brand new goals coming for 2014, conventions and all, and I am very proud to be sharing this new array of updates for you. So, welcome to Bricks by the Bay 2014 exhibition update number 1. And I have quite a few MOCs that I want to be talking about in this update, including a couple of MOCs that were originally supposed to be going to Bricks by the Bay last year, a MOC that did go to Bricks by the Bay last year, and also the couple of brand new MOCs that we did not discuss at all last year for Bricks by the Bay, but we are planning to do this year. So, starting off, we have the very first MOC that's going to be going to Bricks by the Bay, and we'll probably be going to Bricks by the Bay for at least these next 2 years. We have the Infiltration setback on Yavin 4. Now, we will not be doing the same version of Yavin 4 as we did this past year. What we will be doing, though, is adding on to it. Hence why there is a huge green platform in the middle of your screen. Now, I'm going to get to why that's there in a moment. But the progression on this MOC is at 32.5%. Now, as you can see, the MOC is pretty banged up. At least the version that was shown at Bricks by the Bay 2013. Now, I haven't made any adjustments to this particular MOC yet, not since Bricks by the Bay. We will be reconstructing it very soon. You may notice that there is only about 2/3 of the MOC here. The other 1/3 is in the original transportation box that is just over there in the corner. I have to take that out when Jeff is able to come and work, because he's the one who wired that whole thing, and we actually need to probably put it in the middle of the table. So yeah, that is what we got going on here. We're going to reconstruct this MOC first of all to the original version that it was at Bricks by the Bay, take pictures of it and so forth. And then after that, after we showcase the MOC, we are going to be working on expanding the MOC. We're still waiting for the new finance wave to come in before we start building anything, though. However, we have scavenged up enough parts, at least for now, to maybe satisfy with this year's expansion. Not the overall expansion, but this year's expansion. I think we did a decent job. I'll be showing you guys more of that in a moment. Now, getting to this area here. This area is, or was originally, a 8x8, two 8x8 plywood boards. They're on top of about 10 to 12 2x6 plywood boards, and they're all framed together to make this massive board contraption here for the entire Yavin 4 MOC. And this is for Yavin 4's expansion for the next 2 years. Now, we're going to be doing one expansion for 2014 Bricks by the Bay, and then we'll be doing another expansion for 2015 Bricks by the Bay. We hope to finish this MOC appropriately for this upcoming year. And once we finish this MOC, we are pretty much, we're not going to tear it down, we're at least going to leave it up for another year. But yeah, so that's the whole detail as to why this thing is now on a green plywood board. Now, I'm actually going to say why this is green. Because we're only going to be doing one expansion this year, we didn't want to leave the whole plywood board, you know, regular plywood board color, you know, almost similar to the color of that cardboard box right there. So what we decided to do was, we had one of these brought to Home Depot. We got a custom color paint made for a custom can of paint made for us, and after that we painted this whole thing. There's the leftover paint supplies right there, and we used that to paint this entire wooden board in less than probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours probably. So yeah, that's why this is like this. And yeah, the MOC this year will be expanded by 14 base plates. As you guys know, this is a 3 by 7 MOC. So we're actually going to expand it 7 on both sides. So 7 base plates over here to your right, 7 base plates over here to your left. There will be more base plates added to it as the years pass. The first expansion is more than likely just going to be grass and mostly trees, foliage. You know, as you guys are aware, we got the Greebling Award, which is basically the Excess Detail Award, and we're just going to be trying to keep adding on as much detail to this MOC as we can. Of course, not to the MOCs that are already, not to the sections of the MOC like this that have already been built and have already been shown, but to the newer parts, we're going to make those extremely detailed. So, yeah, that's what we got going on for this. We will be making a short trip to the LEGO store very, very soon because I got a birthday coming up, and that's pretty much what I asked for, is just a birthday run to the LEGO store with the team leaders, the team section leaders, and we're going to try to get as much supplies for this MOC as we can, and hopefully before that happens we actually get a couple of bucks to actually do something with as far as buying orders off of Bricklink. Now, as far as getting those orders started, I have like about 5 orders actually printed out already. We just have to actually act on them and hope nobody buys them. I estimate about maybe like 5 to 10 Bricklink orders to sum up this year's extension, well, the 2014 extension at least. I oversee like overall about 20 to 30 Bricklink orders for the overall expansion through 2014 and 2015, and that's without figures. However, as far as figures concerned, we are not going to be adding figures though. Although this is a RC custom sponsored MOC, we may add a couple of clones in there at his request if he would like us, if he likes us to. But if he doesn't, then nothing really. We're not going to really plan to add any more clones. Of course, if we do add more figures, CAC will be more than happy to provide weapons for this thing. If we add more battle droids and such. One figure, if we do add any more, at least for the clones, might be the Kashyyyk Trooper. But I'm a bit iffy on those because, you know, they're somewhat bad quality, but in the end, you know, they're still kind of inexpensive. But if we do add clones, we're going to have to change up the storyline, and I don't want to have to do that because it's a really nice storyline. So, yeah, that is pretty much it for Yavin 4. Hopefully this MOC will be reconstructed by the next Bricks by the Bay update. By the way, guys, sorry I didn't say this earlier in the video, but happy Halloween. Yes, this video is being filmed on October 31st. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a Halloween special this year. However, the entire team and I were going to start doing holiday specials at least starting 2014. So by the next Halloween and Christmas, we'll have holiday specials for you guys. So yeah, those are just a couple of side notes. Now, moving on to the second MOC that's going to be going to the convention, which did not go this past year, that I was very disappointed about. Battle of Umbara, March to the Capitol. This MOC progression is at 28%. Now, not much has changed since the initial last update that we did for Bricks by the Bay. However, this MOC here, we decided to go back with adding 2 base plates back there. So this MOC is back to its original planned size at 8 gray base plates. Let's see here, what do we have, what do we have, what do we have? This MOC will be primarily based off of the 2 first episodes of the Umbara series. As you guys know, if you guys do follow the Clone Wars, there's 4 episodes in the Umbara series. This particular MOC is going to be based off of only 2 of those, not films, episodes. Sorry, brain fart for a little bit. This will be a 2-part MOC battle transition, and this is more than likely only going to be shown for Bricks by the Bay 2014 and Bricks Cascade 2014. And the battle transition is going to be like, it's going to be a different phase of the battle at Bricks Cascade, and then it'll change over at Bricks by the Bay. So that's what we got going on. The landscape is already planned out for the most part. We actually have to act on it. As you can see, we still have quite a few parts, but there's a ton of parts that are just there for random reasons, and we actually got to clean that out. So we are going to take care of that eventually. Even though we have all these parts, though, I can see like maybe 20 to 25 more Bricklink orders have to be placed. That's not including excess orders for the Umbara minifigures and such. We will be using, for figures though, same original figures that we intended. We're going to be using the old Minifigs for You 501st line, a bunch of 501st clones, as you can see that I have over there, the Lego Commander Krell, and we are going to be going back with the old concept of that having those bunkers and having a secondary clone unit take control of those bunkers, secondary clone unit that is. So there is a random Jedi there. He'll be leading that miscellaneous clone unit, and we'll be having that shortly. We are going to be going with the Lego Mobile Heavy Cannon as well. If you guys didn't know, they do have that. They released it back in the summer. And we might possibly go with the new 2014 Phase 2 clones. So that is a good possibility. And we're going, like I told you guys before, we're reverting back to the old 8 base plate bunker concepts over there. As I just stated, we're going to be taking care of those. We still have one Umbara made, well, minus the Mandalorian head, which we still have to switch out for the Umbaran head. We got one figure that's made. The rest we still have to customize, and then we have to get the Umbaran heads. And then as far as sponsors go, we are going to be trying to get Minifigs for You back into this. We're going to see if we can get CAC in on it, and hopefully Clone Trooper X39 is still interested in sponsoring this, because if he's not, then we have to completely change around the whole build of the MOC, because this build was primarily based on if we had the plate lockers and built around that. So hopefully we can get that deal rolling. And yeah, moving on. Now we get down to the zombie MOC. Now this MOC, guys, I have to say I was extremely disappointed when this MOC could not attend the convention, because this one was probably the one I was looking forward to the most as far as making it to the conventions. Sorry, I didn't expect Yavin to do so well, but this MOC I was expecting a lot out of. So the Rishi zombie outbreak, Canyon Outbreak escape is at 27%. Just like the other two MOCs, we've been trying to scavenge for supplies. This is all the supplies we've scavenged from Umbara. And actually, by the way, guys, we are trying to do custom vehicles in excess to the mobile heavy cannon. So we are trying to add the Millicreep tank. We are trying to add the Umbaran hover tank and such. So we are trying to scavenge for parts for those. And just like those other two MOCs, we've tried to scavenge for as much parts as we can. These are including some of the parts that I got at Bricks by the Bay 2013. And we're also trying to scavenge for Lego minifigures as well that we can use for the MOC. Sorry for the glare, guys. Very, very sorry about that. Yeah, so the landscape is still fully planned out. This has also been reverted back to its original stage at 6 gray base plates. So that's what we're going for this. It's still going to have that apocalyptic feel. We added these two modified raised base plates in the back, just as extra foundation for the back end of the cliffs here. So that's why those are there. Let's see. This is going to be more than likely another RC Custom sponsored MOC. We're only going to be getting one figure from him for this MOC. I oversee about 30 to 35 Bricklink orders for this. This is probably going to be like the most grueling MOC that we're going to have to build, just because it's going to be so repetitive, and it's going to look amazing in the end, but it's going to be a very, very, very painstaking MOC to build. So that's one thing I'm not looking forward to as far as building this MOC. I'm most likely going to be going with the old 2005 clones, or the clones that I have back there, just replacing them with CAC heads, because that's cheaper. But it may come down to a vote amongst fans, so we'll just have to see how everything goes and where the chips may fall. We already have the rescue squad, the Shock Trooper rescue squad, already set up back there in the corner. We have to place a huge, massive Citizen Brick order. He will be sponsoring this MOC. I'm going to try to get him to sponsor this MOC. And if I can get that order placed by Christmas, then I can guarantee you this MOC will be done. And again, this MOC is also based off of if we had Clone Trooper X39's plate lockers. If we don't, then we're going to have to change the foundation of this MOC as well. So, yeah, this is that MOC. So, brief recap. This MOC here is at 32.5%. We got 29% over here, and then we have 28% right over here. So yeah. Moving on to Warhammer. Now, for this, guys, I don't have something to show you guys. We're not going to be doing like what we're doing with Yavin here with Warhammer. We're destroying that previous Warhammer MOC after, of course, we reconstruct it and show the pictures of it on the main channel. However, we will be doing a brand new Warhammer concept that will be based off a board game version of Warhammer called Space Hulk. Some of you may have heard it, some of you may haven't. I can't really go into detail because I personally, myself, you know, I'm not too much of a Warhammer know-it-all. Star Wars is more my category, so, you know, if we had Ben and Jeff here, it would be great. They could explain the whole thing to you, but unfortunately we don't. So, yeah, for those of you that know the game, then we're going to be doing the Damnation version of that game, and that MOC is currently at 22%. We're going to be using the Blood Angel Terminator Marines. We're researching possible battlegrounds for that, so possible scenes that a possible scene that we can do. So that's why we don't have a actual MOC base to show you. So, you know, that's unfortunate, but we're going to get to that very, very soon. I can oversee like maybe 20 to 35 Bricklink orders for that MOC. That's including the pieces that we're going to have to make the Gene Stealers and Terminator Marines out of. Since, you know, for those of you who don't know, we had to make the Space Marines all on our own. No minifigures. Those are not minifigure scale, so that's why we have to make those, and same thing for the Gene Stealers. Both of those designs will be completely original, but we may enlist the help of Jarek on Flickr, who does Warhammer 40k as well, and hopefully we can get that done very, very soon. Now moving on to the only totally freestyle concept, complete abstract concept of MOC building that we're going to be doing. We have the International Hardsuit Combat League. Now, this is something I cannot really talk about much either, because this idea was based off of something that Jeff thought of, and all I can really tell you is that it's going to go over there. The MOC itself is like Warhammer. It's at 22%. It's going to be a combination of Real Steel, Pacific Rim, you know, Real Steel, Pacific Rim, and a little bit of Pokemon, just because of the way we may have the arena set up and the kind of robots that we may be making for this. So yeah, I'm just unsure how the battle concept or how the arena is going to be designed, but all I can tell you, it's going to be 9 base plates, and the MOC will be entirely minifigure scale. So unlike Warhammer, we are going to have actual minifigures in there, and they actually are going to be able to fit into the bots that we make for them, and we are going to actually kind of make this like a combat league. Hence why the name is International Hardsuit Combat League. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the MOCs that are going to be going to both conventions. All of the MOCs that are going to be going to both conventions will be in the main workroom, aka the garage. Now I'll be moving on to the secondary room, which will house all of the exclusive convention MOCs. If you guys aren't aware of that, go check out the Bricks Cascade update, because I basically said the same thing in there. Yeah, and I got a couple of exclusive MOCs for you guys. Alright guys, so here we are in the second work area. I apologize for the background noise. But yeah, in case you guys didn't know, we do have a second work area now. This is where all the exclusive MOCs that are only going to certain conventions will be built at. And of course it's not actually done, because we actually need to get this entertainment center out of here, so we can move this couch back, so we can move this table back, and we can all have more walking room amongst going to all the tables here for the MOCs. So one huge difference, actually before I get to discussing that, this room right here is at the front of my house, and the front door is very close to it, so and it is Halloween, so you may periodically have trick-or-treaters, and you may hear a crazy lady yell "kids" or something like that. So, you know, I may have to shut off the camera every once in a while just to go give the trick-or-treaters candy. Anyways, unlike the main room that does not have the billboard for the MOCs, the billboard for those high-priority convention MOCs are in my room, whereas this entire billboard of all the exclusives are here in the room that the MOCs are all going to be worked on in. So yeah, you saw, if you guys didn't see that, there was 3 Bricks Cascade exclusive MOCs, including 1 collaboration, and 5 Bricks by Bricks by the Bay exclusive MOCs, including 3 collaborations. So I'll be getting to those in a second. Now, a few things about those. We actually do not have any of those built, but we do have a lot of progress on quite a few of them. So I'm going to be starting off with the first Bricks by the Bay exclusive, this Unstoppable the movie, which is basically it's based off of a true life event that happened in Ohio, somewhere in Ohio, and it's basically about a runaway train, 2 engineers who go against the company's wishes. They stop it and they become heroes at the end of it. The overall progression on how we're going to do that MOC is at 15%. The full scene that we're going to do is actually planned out. It's going to be from the movie. The landscape that we're going to do, I know pretty much. I've watched that movie like 5 to 7 times, so I already know how the landscape's going to be laid out. So whatever scene we actually decide to do, that'll be put probably at that table over there. We'll begin the build for that MOC after the Bricks Cascade exclusives are completely finished. We are going to be actually using the designs that LEGO made for their trains. We'll actually be doing the custom designs of the certain trains from the film, like the Beast or Train 777, and then the Hero train, which is Train 1206. We'll be unsure if we're actually going to have the trains actually running in this MOC, or if we're just going to stick to the usual MOC designs with having a still framed MOC. But of course we'll let you guys know. And this may be an RC custom MOC just because of the figures we're going to need. And we might have like 1 or 2 brick warriors or brick arms weapon packets in here, just because you know, for the police and stuff like that. Now we're going to be moving on to the second exclusive, which is only going to be going to Bricks by the Bay, 1 year. The Andromeda MOC, the Andromeda strain. Bricks, and this is going to be based off of the movie The Andromeda Strain. Back, it was filmed in 1994 or 1991. Sorry, guys, my grandma's just talking loud on the phone. She can't hear. Anyways, progression on that MOC is 15%. If you guys have not seen the movie, it's a very, very nice movie. It has Benjamin Bratt in it, Viola Davis. You know, very, very suspenseful thriller. We'll be doing the entire MOC based off of the movie. That was not made. It wasn't made into a book, so yeah, our whole thing's gonna have to be based off of the movies. We're gonna be doing quite a few lab scenes from the second disc. It was divided into 2 discs. We're gonna be doing only scenes from the second disc. We're going to have RC also handle the figures for this, and this MOC is going to be quite a few, it's going to have quite a few lighting fixtures to it. There's going to be a bunch of falling debris. It's going to be a very, very interesting MOC, and it is only going to be that 1 base plate, but it is going to be going horizontal, so it is probably going to be about maybe as high as those shelving units are right there. So yeah, that's probably what I estimate how huge the MOCs are going to be. Now, on to the collaborative efforts. As you guys are aware, Brick Freedom, Operation Brick Freedom, we took over from Delta Force Guy later in the year, a couple of months ago, and we are gonna start posting pictures up on what we want done for that. The MOC is at 50% as far as planning. We haven't put the word out on Flickr yet, but we're going to eventually, and we are going to try to get some sponsors for it, such as GI Brick, Brickmania, and such. And we will be using official Desert Storm references for that MOC as well. Now moving on to the Battleship, the movie. Alright guys, so apologize for the interruption. Anyways, like I said, periodically trick-or-treaters will come by and ring the doorbell and such. So yeah, anyways, second collaboration we're going to be doing is based off of Battleship, the movie. For those of you who don't know what Battleship is, it's basically a war game to sum it all up. And it's a fun war game. It's been going on at least for the last decade, and they just translated it into a movie within the recent years. I'd say like 2 to 3 years ago it was made. And the progression we have on that MOC is going to be like 15%. That MOC is going to go where the box is right there, and those 2 shelving units are currently. We're going to have our section, actually no, it's going to go right over there. We are going to have quite a few main supporters running the collab with us on Flickr. Two of them primarily do belong to Lugs. I know One of them belongs to Legola, and another one I'm not sure what lug he's in. But one is Marcelo DeChico. He made this huge aircraft, battleship destroyer aircraft fleet. It was really amazing. It almost took home best in, actually did take home best in show this year. And then we have Norbin Negan or Negayan, aka Norby Zero on Flickr. He's Filipino, and he's part of Legola. He makes quite a few good custom ships, so he's going to possibly be handling the alien ships, so you can guess kind of where those guys come into play. The MOC will be completely based off of the movie. We're capping this collab. We're capping it at the previous collab, probably at maybe like 5 members, including ourselves. This collaboration, we're capping it at maybe like 7 members, including ourselves. We'll be putting the info about the collaboration up on Flickr soon, and RC Customs will be handling the figures for this particular MOC as well. Now moving on to the final collaboration, which there's not much to talk about yet. It's a World War II Battlefield collaboration. The collaboration is at 5%, and it's only between 3 particular parties. Myself, J2JA Studios on Flickr, and Lego Logan on Flickr. Both of those guys are really nice builders. J2J Studios won Best Diorama at the last convention. One of the awards that I was actually hoping that we would take home, but you know, he did a pretty good job. So yeah, as far as that MOC goes, it's only at 5% because we're still discussing the main idea. All I can really tell you though is that the MOC will be minifig scale. We'll have a couple of sponsors for it. We're trying to hook up with GI Brick and Brick Brigade, and we will have the exact layout for you guys by the next update. Now moving on to the minifigure stands, which will be showing up at both conventions. The first minifigure stand I want to talk about is the Minifigs for You stand. We will be promoting them. We have like we are going to have their customs, as you already know, in the Umbara MOC. We are unsure what products we're exactly going to be promoting at the convention, just whatever David puts out within that period of time before Bricks by the Bay 2014. We will have a couple of prior Minifigs for You figures on this upcoming year's stand, and we'll be getting a couple of display cases at Hobbytown USA or at whatever stores we could find them in. And for RC Customs, by the way, the progression for Minifigs for Use figure stands at 20%, same as Republic Customs minifigure stand. That's also at 20%. We're going to have a lot more RC figures in comparison to Minifigs for You, just because RC can do more than just Star Wars figures at this time and non-sci-fi figures. I oversee like maybe 50 to 60 figures that we're going to be getting from him, mostly for the MOCs. That's not including the figures he may want promoted on the figure stand, or if we decide to get duplicates of the figures that are in the MOCs and promote them on the figure stand. We're also going to be using a Hobbytown display case for his figures, and we're going to see if we can try to get his business cards and Minifigs for You's business cards by the next update as well. And finally, last thing I want to talk about is our team. We are going into the new year with 6 to 7 members. One of them is currently on suspension. I'm not going to say why, but we're going in with about 6 to 7 members for next year's array of conventions, not just Bricks by the Bay. We have a brand new management system out. We are going to have... sorry again for the partial interruption, guys. Anyways, so as for the new team, brand new management style, brand new management line. We are going to be having a lot more family help now that we are actually going out of state, at least for my family. So help as far as transport. We are going to try to get some private transporters just because Yavin's going to require it. I know that for a fact. And as for the work schedule, instead of it being updated monthly, it's being updated now daily or day to day, whichever works best for me. And depending on how much stuff we get done in a day, and if I really need to mark it down on the calendar. And just as a little bit just a small piece of information, we are still recruiting for the team. We are looking for about maybe like 2 to 3 new members. So if you're in Fresno and you do know who we are, contact us. Email me at nicotugas1@yahoo.com and we could talk there. Or if you're a parent and you have a kid who is willing to, you know, join a club like this, join this group and help us succeed, then, you know, by all means, let us know. Email me at nikotugis1@yahoo.com, or go to my channel and personal message me on there, whichever way you like. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This has been Bricks by the Bay 2014 exhibition update number 1, and I will actually have more built. We'll have more built stuff by the next update. So thanks again for watching, guys. I hope to see you guys in Bricks by the Bay 2014 exhibition update number 2. Oh, and once again, happy Halloween. And if you guys did not catch the early part of the update, we will be doing a Halloween special next year in 2014, not this year. Holiday specials have kind of been put aside just because of all the other MOCs taking precedence. So holiday specials for Christmas and Halloween will be posted for next year. So happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you have real fun trick-or-treating. I hope you guys got lots of nice candy. And I'll talk to you guys soon, alright? Stay tuned for the next update. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys. Oh, actually, one last thing. I may have get all these updates uploaded very late, because I have upcoming Magic Mountain trip coming up. Basically, it's an amusement park trip coming up for church. It's a bonding exercise thing, you know, so I kind of don't want to get into the specifics, but I'm going to be gone pretty much Saturday, so I'm the Old Republic update 100, maybe late. So yeah, actually it is going to be late. Just so I let you guys know that. Alright, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.